What's up, guys? This is my first vlog here. Please don't make fun of the name. I'm just checking permission 69, doing my thing. Anyway, I like to talk about some things. Well, first of all, the reason I started doing these vlogs is because, I really wanted to do something, something different, something that kind of put myself out there, I know it's kind of hard to say that when, you don't even know what I look like, but, I mean, I think it's, fair for me to, conceal my identity, at least on here. I know if I was like all in the fucking street, right, walking, or like in a protest, just, like them fucking, cunt, socialists who want communism in this fucking country. Anyway, so, more important issues. Well, not much going on. Just graduated a few months back. Already have a job. I hate it. Surprise, surprise, right? Anyway. Well, I mean, it could be worse. I could be unemployed with no money and miserable. Instead of, being miserable and having to work all the time, at least I have money. But, that's kind of sucky, the thing that really sucks, about kind of growing up. When you grow up, you start to take more responsibility for your actions, and, there are bigger, harder, harsher consequences for your actions, and, you start to have to pay the bills and, all that good shit, get a car, insurance, maybe think about college, you gotta be thinking about what you're doing the rest of your life, because if you don't, you're gonna be like that old, older guy, who's just at the same job since he was, a young buck. Like, I don't have a car, so almost about every day that when I go to work, well, after I get off work, I need to ride home. So I just, ask some, a lot of people who work there, and, they, every time I ask, they've been working there since they were about 19, 20, about the age I am now, and they're about 50, 60 years old, and I'm thinking, fuck that, man, I don't want to be like that. You kidding me? Being there for 30, 40 years? I'm sorry, but not to downplay any of those people, their hard work or their dedication, but it's just not for me, man. It's just, for me, that's, and for any of them, that's kind of working under the potential, but, they deserve to, be praised for that, but, it's not doing them justice, There's nothing wrong with waking up every day to go to work 60 to 80 hours a week, I do that myself, but, people don't think about what they want, they think about, well, I need to get a job, I need to go to school to be a doctor, or a, psychologist, or fucking lawyer, because their parents always tell them, you don't have to be those things, you don't have to be a doctor, you don't have to be a lawyer, just because your parents think that's the only jobs that you'll make good money. You know, there are other jobs that will make good money, even better, even more money, you know? And and people are miserable doing those jobs and they don't do anything about it. You know, and I heard in those motivational speeches, people talking about going to work every day, being miserable, working under the potential. Anyway, and it's sad. It's so sad, you know. These people give their heart, soul, and blood, you know, to what? To carry packages, to do wine glassing, you know. It's way under them, you know. They're much more than that. Any of these people, you know. But unfortunately, people don't give a fuck. Your boss is not going to tell you, hey, you should really stop working here. You could become an artist or, a businessman, entrepreneur, or a surgeon, brain surgeon or a doctor, I know that's kind of contradicting what I just said, but some people do want to be doctors. The whole point is to say, hey, do something. I would want to do something that I love, and I heard that from those. I heard this from those motivational speeches, where this guy was talking about his father being an accountant, and he lost his job and they had to do everything they could to survive, and freaking fridge, and he said, if you can fail at something that you hate, that you don't love, then why not take a chance on something that you do love? Because more than likely, you're not going to fail, at least not easily, even if you may eventually fail. But remember this, never ever truly fail unless you stop trying, unless you quit. But another thing about motivation, I don't know if y'all watch the Omar Olazov, I can't say his YouTube channel, right? And he had a video just recently about, motivation is bullshit. And he's right, man. I've knew this for a long time. I know motivation is bullshit. It doesn't, or what Elliot Hole said, all motivation does is, it gets you to start doing something. That's good, right? You gotta start somewhere, but, that's not gonna get you through the hard times. That's not gonna get you through the nitty and gritty when you're in the middle of it, when you're trying to get through. And whenever you try to do something, really hard, when you come back to do it again, and you're feeling anxiety, you're nervous, you're scared, you're afraid to fail, It's like what Arnold said, You can't be paralyzed by fear and failure, or you'll never push yourself. And motivation, I think, I also believe, I've always believed that, motivation is like crack, as Omar Sloth put it, Once you get it, a good snort of it, a good, listen, then it's like you can't work out without it, It's like when you go to work out, you always have your headphones on, and which does help a lot, puts you in the zone, but it kills your ability to do it yourself, it's a crutch, in a way, because it's saying, you know, you don't have enough willpower, you don't have enough, you know, how do you say, not enough commitment, there you go, or dedication to do it cold, you know, to work out cold without a fucking pump. You know, feels like the worst thing in the world, but it's the best thing. Because when you work out when you don't want to, when you put in that work, when you don't fucking feel like it, that's when it really counts. That's when all your gains go up and all the rest is bullshit. Because you didn't use your music, you didn't use motivation, you used what you had. You said, you know, my why is bigger than, you know, why, you know, it's bigger than anything. It's bigger than that motivation that I get from listening to, I don't know, say Muhammad Ali back in his prime when he was boxing Joe Frazier. You know, he was like the best trash talker ever. You know, he said that, you know, I'm so mean that I make medicine sick. You know, I can't remember the rest. It goes like, I done handcuffed lightning through thunder until when I turned off the light, I hit the bed in my room. Or when Sylvester Stallone says, no matter what I said to you, kid, it's not about how hard you hit, but how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. You know, and that's what it's about, you know. Keep moving forward. You know. You don't need motivation. It's nice to have. You know, it's great to be pumped for a workout. But if you can't do it without a pump, well, you can't do it without feeling good, then stop, you know? It's like when you begin to change, it's going to be hard, you know? And from, you know, deriving from another speech, you know, saying that I wish I could tell you that, you know, as you get through this, as you go further into this change, that the weights will get lighter, that everything is going to get easier, that the longer you do this, you know, you'll be so strong that nothing, you know, will make you struggle. But you will struggle. You know, maybe even at the strongest point in your life, you're still going to struggle. You're still going to be like, well, I don't feel like working out because I don't feel pumped. You know, there's no goosebumps when I'm thinking about all the gains that I'll make from fucking doing them squats. And when I think about this, you know, I'm like, you're right, you know. Every time, it's kind of been in the back of the mind, I guess, because, you know, I haven't really been thinking about it a lot. You need commitment, you need dedication, you need heart, mind. You do need willpower, but more than that, you need commitment, because willpower can only take you so far. You gotta be willing to commit. You gotta say, no matter what, I'm gonna do it. No matter what, I'm not gonna change. It's not gonna be I should change or I might change. I would like to change. You're gonna go from that should to a must. And you're going to enter in this new life.